Asphalt Legends is a racing game, so of course it has its own roster of machines built purely for speed. In today's video, I'll be breaking down the top 10 fastest cars in the game, and by the end, I'll tell you whether these cars are actually worth chasing, or if raw speed isn't everything. Let's get started. Quick disclaimer, many of the fastest vehicles in the game are Drive Syndicate hero cars, and with the Christmas update confirmed to include a new Drive Syndicate event, there's a good chance an upcoming release might shake up this list. With that in mind, let's jump into the reviews. At number 10, we have the Koenigsegg Agera RS. This car is featured in its own special event, then was added into the Clash store. The Agera RS is mainly remembered for being the featured car of the Speed Festival Spotlight, where many players were able to unlock and start up this machine quite easily and for free. With a top speed of 510 km per hour with nitro, the Agera RS has relatively weak acceleration with a stat of 79.67. Handling is decent and this car has floaty capabilities. With a slight caveat, it tends to go very wide, which is a deal breaker for most players. The nitro is decent at best as well, about 5 points lower than the Ultima RS. With a golden rank of 4,940, it stands a good chance against other vehicles of a similar rank like the SSC Tuatara, only if you master it. But should you go for this car? If you are a beginner player, I'd say skip it and collect some more accessible cars like the Tachyon, Speedtail and Ultima. But if you already have this car unlocked and want to start it up, or have a ton of tokens lying around, then the Agera RS is being featured in the upcoming Black Friday Burst of Speed, so you can consider trying your luck over there. Number 9 sees the SSC Tuatara, a car that reaches a top speed of 516 km per hour with nitro. This car has better acceleration than the Agera RS with a value of over 82. The handling on this feels sluggish as well in my opinion. It drifts wide and when attempting to do floaties, this car tends to go even wider, which handicaps the usability of this car on tracks like Osaka, Buenos Aires and Auckland. While this car has its handicap, the nitro duration is good, allowing it to get back up to speed on good sections of various tracks. This car made its latest appearance in the Raesr special event in the multi-pack. So, should you go for this car? Again, as a beginner, firmly skip this car. Better options exist, and if you have tokens and want this car, then I must ask you quite seriously, what on earth were you doing when the Agera special event was running? In my situation, I have the Tuatara to 3 stars, and part of me wants it to be the second S-Class car of the Drive Syndicate in March if it happens, just like the LVN was featured in the DS11. That would mean I'll be able to unlock it for free then and potentially grab the main DS car. Pretty far-fetched, but a man can dream sometimes. Number 8 belongs to our old king, the Koenigsegg Jesko, with a top speed of 522 km per hour with nitro. This car sits in the middle of S-Class with a rank of 4,826, and this severely underplays the capabilities of this monster. The Jesko was the first ever Drive Syndicate car and just had a hard special event a few months ago. The Jesko has average acceleration coupled with extremely good floaty capabilities that are extremely easy to use. Pair this with a nitro stat of 58. You have a car that can deliver amazing results for its rank. When a car like the Jesko has such good speed retention, then nitro isn't needed to be that high. So this car has no glaring weaknesses. If you ever get a chance to get this car, go for it, but only when it's not insanely difficult to do so. In its previous special event, you basically needed to have all of the support cars plus the Jesko itself at max stars to unlock the key, which would have been extremely costly since the support cars weren't the most common vehicles. And in the current days, it seems slightly annoying that an old car like the Jesko is being gatekept to such a degree. So I guess I'll keep waiting for the right time. Now, at number 7, we have the most exclusive vehicle of this list, none other than the Bugatti Bolide, which also goes to a top speed of about 522 km per hour. The Bolide made its debut in the Drive Syndicate 6, then returned as a support car for the Drive Syndicate 9. Since then, it has not appeared and many players believed that it would be featured in the Black Friday Burst of Speed. Surprise, surprise, it wasn't. The Bolide has good acceleration at 84 and extremely sharp handling paired with great floaty capabilities. This car handles really nicely and sharply, even more so than the Venom in my opinion. However, this great handling is paired with one of the worst nitros in this game. Mastering this car is hard, and just because it's such a highly ranked car in the game, it should not justify whether you should go for it or not. If you know that you can do good with the Bolide, then sure, if a chance comes, go for it. Otherwise, there are better cars to go for, like the Venom. Now comes the question of, what the heck is Game of planning for this car? Of course, only they know. But I strongly think that the Bolide will get a special event like the CC850 did this year. Because let's remember, a new Drive Syndicate car is on the way, and if that car has a higher rank than the Bolide will no longer sit in Elite S. So yeah, a special event could be a great way to give this car to players who can get it. And personally, I hope it comes around March to May next year, so that I have enough tokens, and that the key is also locked solely behind the 6-star Bolide, just like the CC850 was, not at 100% of the event. If it comes in the summer burst of speed, that'll be unlucky for me, since I'll pass on it then. But we'll have to wait and see. Number 6 sees the newest addition to this list, the Mosler Super GT, with a top speed of 532 km per hour. With an acceleration value of 83, some players have commented that this car has fake acceleration, which I can't personally confirm or deny since my Mosler is at 2 stars. Then comes the handling, which is extremely unpredictable due to the bouncy setup of the suspension. This car also has floaty capabilities, but again, it's very unpredictable. This car tends to go wide, overspins pretty frequently, and sometimes while floaty drifting, it jerks up then grips the road, losing speed quickly. So with this car, you do need to nitro punch a lot to maintain the speed as much as possible. So yes, the Mosler does come with a slight learning curve, but if you can manage the wide drifting, the car is decent as well. The Mosler was featured in its own special event where I managed to 2-star this car, and at its rank, it's decent, but the handling really throws me off sometimes. So once again, beginners should skip this car, while players with decent resources can aim for it next time. Number 5 is a car that needs no introduction, none other than the Hennessey Venom F5. If this car ever returns, get it no questions asked. 1-star, 2-star, it doesn't matter. This car is a monster at every rank and will serve you faithfully everywhere. With a top speed of 538 km per hour, this car is perfect in my eyes. Decent acceleration with a stat of 80, and the best handling and floaty capabilities of the entire game. This car is stable by floaty drifting and maintains its speed easily, unlike the Mosler. With a nitro of 46, I think it's fair for this car since the handling and floaties maintain speed quite well. Last seen in the Stars and Stripes spotlight, if this car makes a return, trust me, go for it like I said before, you will not be disappointed. Number 4 is the beastly Arash Imperium, one of my favorites on this list and the current king of the game. This was the main car of the 12th Drive Syndicate, and with a top speed of 548 km per hour and a massive acceleration stat of 89, the Imperium rockets off the line in any race. Paired with sharp handling and floaty capabilities, the Arash also has the insane straight drifting mechanic that allows it to accelerate while straight drifting or wall riding. This allows the Imperium to quickly regain its nitro. Talking about nitro, it is as low as you'd expect, but generally the Imperium is an easy car to drive, whether you're a pro or a beginner. As for going for this car, I think this car will remain exclusive for a long while. Perhaps the next time this car will be featured will be as a support car for our future Drive Syndicate. But if it gets featured in a special event, or any other place where you can use your tokens, go for it. Or you can just get the golden SF90 and Evo tune it to destroy the Arash, for free. At number 3, the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut reaches a top speed of a monstrous 551 km per hour stat. But it's also one of the most unpredictable cars in Asphalt. Its acceleration is above average, but the nitro efficiency is low, and the handling takes serious practice to master. Of course, this car is also a Drive Syndicate car, this time the main car of DS9. The Absolut also has the same drifting mechanics like the Imperium. If you maintain a straight drift, the car accelerates like crazy, and that same effect works while wall riding. You can actually refill your nitro bar surprisingly fast this way, but that wild drifting behavior makes it hard to keep control. The turns are wide, and maintaining top speed through them is a constant struggle. Floaties are extremely unpredictable in this, so it's always a wild guess whether you'll be nailing the corner or the wall. So, while it's a beast in the right hands, its unpredictable nature keeps it from truly dominating. So, as a beginner, you should firmly stay away from this car, and focus on cars that have more utility, like the Imperium. At number 2, we have the worst car of this list, the infamous Raesr Tartarus. With a top speed of 552 km per hour, I wish you good luck on maintaining that for long. Like the Imperium, the Tartarus also has insane acceleration with a stat of over 90, but the community says that this is fake. Then comes the handling, and oh boy, does that disappoint. The Tartarus is sharp in drifting, but it loses a ton of speed, and then the suspension is also bouncy, which makes it less predictable while driving and cornering. Of course, it also has really no nitro, which overall makes this car almost undrivable at high speeds, especially when you compare it to the Venom, since this car was the one to push the Venom out of Elite S. Oh, and don't forget the atrocious airspeed as well, like the Devil. The Tartarus was last seen almost a year ago in the Drive Syndicate 10, and I strongly believe that it will be the S-Class featured car of the next Drive Syndicate. So let's hope that the Tartarus received a very well deserved buff. To sum it up, don't go for this car. It's not worth your resources even if you use tokens. The Imperium is superior in every way. Finally, everyone knows what's the fastest car of Asphalt Legends. It's the Devel 16, the hardest car to master. With a top speed of 567 km per hour, the Devel is OP everywhere except for its horrendous airspeed, and of course its low nitro. The speed retention of this vehicle is simply absurd, although its floaties are quite wide. So, should a beginner spend tokens on this car? Absolutely not. Its debut was with the Drive Syndicate 8, and now it's available for free in the Gauntlet store for those who are in Division 5. So get your Devel from there, but once again this car is hard to master. Even I haven't done it yet, so my advice would be to only use tokens on it if you are certain that you will dominate this vehicle. To conclude this video, top speed isn't everything. Some cars maintain it quite easily like the Jesko, Devel and Venom, while others are a nightmare to even get to top speed like the Tartarus. The thing is, these cars are not for everyone, so always be cautious when you decide on getting these cars. As for whether we'll see cars faster than the Devel, who knows? The developers did once mention that it's possible in a Q&A session some time ago, and we do have a Drive Syndicate coming with its own hero car in the next update. So, will that car reach the top 10 fastest cars? Or will it be like the Tuatara Striker and not even be in the Elite S? Who knows? We'll only have to wait and see for the patch notes coming in 2 weeks. Until then, make sure to drop a like, comment down below what's your favorite car on this list, and subscribe so you don't miss my next video where I talk about all the cars with a rank of above 5,000 points. See you soon, legends.